Good enough. Hello, everybody. My name is Giggins. Gonna give this a minute or so to let people catch up. Until then, hope you guys are doing well that are on already. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Starman, Cardboard, good to see you. We'll start fully chatting in a moment, but we'll let people come on in. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I just haven't felt like shaving in a while, so it's I might keep it. It's been a while. Manza, how's it going, man? Hope you have a great time at the movie tonight. Jess, how's it going? Awesome. Well, hello, Sean. Look at that. Thanks, Manza. Thanks, man. I did this look all by myself. Glenn Scott, hello. Oh, Starman, thanks. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. My Instagram posts that I'm going to be doing for the rest of the month, or maybe into December, I just wanted to change up the scenery. You know, you get bored inside these four walls, and I don't think I've ever done anything outside with my stuff, my social media stuff. So it was fun to bring my records on a field trip and like just, go look for cool places to take pictures at. And that train tracks one was funny because like I had to traverse some really like high grass to get to it, and it was in sort of like a industrial warehousey area. So all these like tough looking dudes like working on trucks and cars are looking over like, the hell is this nerdy kid doing, jumping over grass, taking pictures of an album cover. Good times. The things I'll do for the gram. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for telling me I'm looking well. All right, so I guess we can jump on. It feels like it's the good start here. YouTube vinyl community, people who like live streams, random people on the internet. Oh, my name is Giggins. We're here today for a live stream. We're gonna hang out for a couple hours, talk about music, talk about movies, talk about life, talk about whatever you want to talk about, and just chill for a bit. Because I don't think I've done one of these in quite a while. It's always cool to see the imaginative ideas for that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. It felt right to go outside and do something because like I got real burned out on Instagram for a while, for about a month or so. It happens often because Instagram for me is like it's just a rat race. I really feel like it's just about the views and the likes and everything else, and everyone's got massive FOMO. So like if I don't post this album that everyone else is posting, I'm gonna be considered missed out. And it's like, who cares? Just post what you want to post. Just do your thing, you know. Where did you get your Brian inspired T-shirt design? Target, I think. Probably. I don't really spend too much money on clothes, so more than likely it was Target. But yeah, I think I took like 14 or 15 different pictures of albums, or 14 or 15 different albums. I took multiple pictures, but I picked out the best ones. So every few days I'll be posting different pictures, different bands too. There is another Beach Boys in there, which I really like the Beach Boys one coming up that I did in front of a old. It's a library now, but it used to be a school. So I took a cool picture of that one. Starman, yeah. I mean, that's exactly why I do it in the first place, or I do YouTube in the first place, is to talk about music and have fun with it. People watch it, cool. If they don't watch it, cool. I'm not here to, win some award for numbers, because, we're just a floating ball in the middle of nothing, so does anything really matter? Things matter. That was a bit more dark than I wanted to make it sound, but Morgana, how excited are you for the Get Back on Disney? Very excited. Yeah, I'm going to sign up for a Disney account just to watch that. And the old Simpsons are on there too. Yeah. Yeah, totally, Starman. So it's funny with Instagram because like I'll post about albums I'm like really excited about, and like 3 people will like the picture, and I could post a picture of Brian Wilson farting, and there'd be like 9 million, 9 million likes. It's just how it is. I'm known for the Beach Boys stuff, which is great. Hey Finn, Coffee Table. No, I'm not watching the documentary tonight because it's not playing anywhere near me. Um, I thought a theater was going to have it on Friday, so I was gonna buy my tickets for Friday. But it turns out it was like another 3 hours away or something. I'm like, I'm not driving 3 hours to watch a movie. So, as much as I'd love to see it in the theaters, it's just not gonna happen. Manza, so that's the rollout's already started for T-shirts. So Manza asked, because of the new management deal, there's gonna be different marketing and stuff for the Beach Boys. If you go on Amazon and look up Beach Boys T-shirts, there's already like 13 different designs. So they're already starting to do different things. I think next year we're gonna see more of it, like in stores, but it's happening now. Oh man, they're not gonna show it in the UK at all. That sucks. Yeah, Starman, I know. It's yeah. The heavy hitters get the most likes. Yeah. An actual striped shirt Brian wore. Yeah. That's funny. And for someone asking, yeah, that is Manza the illustrator. Very good illustrator. If you guys aren't following his channel on Instagram, on YouTube too, he's got a YouTube channel. Manza Media. Really cool artist, super nice guy. Give him a follow. Tell him I sent you. Yeah, Sean, I hope it's streaming soon too. It makes sense. 2021. If you're gonna have a one-time showing, it should be in the online the next day. Come on, man. Get with it. Oh, Get Back will definitely get a physical release. It's a Beatles product. It'll be a real thing. Yeah, it's gonna come out. Favorite cover by the Birds? My Back Pages. That version of My Back Pages is really good. I was so much older then. I'm younger than that now. Turn's good. Yeah. So besides the Brian Wilson movie, what have you guys been listening to lately? What's been on your players? Oh, Starman, I'm sure there's gonna be some ornate, crazy package of Let It Be or the Get Back movie at some point. It's a Beatles release. It'll come out on DVD and Blu-ray and Super Blu-ray and microchip and streaming to your brain and all that stuff. Before we know it, I'm sure we'll hear something by Christmas time about a spring release. Um, if there's a way Apple can make money, it'll do it. Don't worry. The Live in Sacramento '64 Beach Boys concert. Yeah, that's a good one. They were on fire on those shows. Cool. Coffee Table, man. That's great. It's okay to dominate with the Beach Boys. One of the best bands of all time. Are there any popular psych albums that you think go a little too far into psychedelia, at least for your musical taste? Um, only when it's done, only when it's forced. Like, if something organic is happening and it just sounds kind of far out in space, that's one thing. But when bands who weren't doing psychedelics were playing psychedelic music and it sounds a little forced, like, that song Susan by the Buckinghams? Susan, na, 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 na. Forget the words. There's a middle bit where it sounds like someone's falling into a metal garbage can for 30 seconds. And like they're doing it to be far out. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't match the rest of the song at all. And I've looked at it from every angle. I'm like, well, maybe they're going for this kind of story. Maybe they're going for that kind of story. It just doesn't flow. So as far as a full album, not really. Songs here and there, mostly. Oh, Kinda Kinks is a great album. I love that one. Boyce and Heart, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, Kinda Kinks is good. I've got that on cassette as well. Oh, it's like a Rhino reissue. It's missing a song or two. But yeah, I love the Kinks. Um, I'm trying to think of a band that's done like a second. Well, all right, maybe like Majesty's Secret Request. Um, that's the Stones trying a little too. I like that album though, but there's moments of that that are a bit like you're definitely trying for something that's not natural to you. Um, but that said, there are good songs on it. Now I got Susan stuck in my head. Chad and Jeremy's of Cabbages and Kings. I've never heard that one. The songs were all right, but the psych elements were sometimes overdone. Huh. Jeff, I'm gonna look that one up. I've never heard that album before. I like Chad and Jeremy. How do we like the Monkeys going psychedelic? Well, yeah, some of that works. That's a good point. Oh man, Friends and Wild Honey. You can't go wrong. Both masterpieces. Not a big Stones fan by any means, but I do love Satanic Majesties. I can see why so many Stones fans don't like it though. Yeah, only because it doesn't sound like them. You know, as Paul said, they're a blues cover band. No, not really. I mean, well, they were, but no. I mean, the Stones know what their strong suit is, and when they started doing, they stopped that whole era and jumped into Beggar's Banquet and became the Stones. Oh, the Monkeys are great. You can't go wrong with the Monkey stuff. Thoughts on Huey Lewis and the News? Do you have to go return some videotapes? No, I like them. Yeah, you can't go wrong with four. I mean, come on, it's a great album. I have not played Dolan Sings Nesmith yet. I really want to. It's on my list. It's on my list. Lady Brains, hey, how's it going? I feel like I need to grab a notepad and write some of these down. Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally. Any news on your music? Yes. So I've been recording over the last year uh, covers and originals, and for the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to figure out how to do this. So I'm going to put out a covers EP first, followed by an originals EP in the spring. And the covers EP I was going to do through Bandcamp, but Bandcamp only does originals. So I've posted some of the songs on my Patreon already, but I'm going to put together like a thing on the Patreon, like with album cover art, and make a couple more videos for the songs. Or I might just put them all on YouTube. But, I mean, they're definitely going to be on YouTube, but yeah, covers EP first, which I hope to put out in December. Um, and then the originals probably in March or April. So yeah, the covers EP first, which has like I think 6 songs on it. It runs the gamut anywhere from the '60s to now, for different things. But there's one video I need to make that's gonna be inspired by the original video, and I need to find a friend to help me film it. But once that's done, I'll put that out as like the teaser for the whole thing coming up. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. Oh yeah, Bill singing in another land on Majesties. That's cool. Oh, cool. We get to see Mike and Mickey. That's awesome. Nice. What have you been up to lately? I remember your inspiring video about going jobless, so I wanted to check in. Thanks, man. Um, I've been busy. I got another job doing something I used to do a long time ago. Um, to do something sort of light for my brain after my last job really kind of messed me up. Um, so I wanted something not crazy killing me. And it's been good. Beyond that, I've just been super busy with like making videos. I'm doing a lot with my Patreon page. Patreon.com/Giggins. For $3 a month, you get the podcast, videos, and pictures, and much more. Oh, yeah? How much was it? $3? Well, are there any other packages? Well, you can sign up for the $10 one. Well, what's on that? I don't know. All kinds of crazy stuff. You should sign up for it. There's my promotional PR for it. But doing a lot for Patreon. Changing up my Instagram. Trying to get outside more. Just trying to keep my mental health up. This summer was definitely rough. And I definitely get seasonal depression. I'm special like everybody else. And so that's going to be fun to deal with as well. But yeah, no, beyond that, I'm just trying to be all right. The usual. I play my guitars and stuff, and I play records, and I go for drives, and see friends when I can. I try to read, try to get better sleep, that kind of stuff. Just trying to have fun, because life is bloody hard sometimes. But yeah, I'm really excited to put music out. I'm really excited about my Patreon page, because I get to do my radio show there, which feels like I'm in college again, which were some of the best days of my life. And yeah, just trying to keep a cool head and a warm heart. I find Still a Dream of It to be one of the best Beach Boys' finest tracks. I always wonder why they didn't put it on MIU. It's one of those what-if questions, these reviews. If you're a Beach Boys fan, that's just one of the what-ifs. I'm pumped to buy the EPs. Yeah, the covers EP will be free because I don't want to pay royalties to anybody. But the one that's my music will be whatever it'll be. Do you think Adult Child would have been a stronger follow-up to Love You? No. I love the Adult Child stuff, but it was not meant for release. You think you have a hard time selling the Beach Boys in the 70s? Just wait till the Beach Boys bring a tape to the management that says, we did a big band album. They're like, oh God, what do we do now? I discovered 70s Beach Boys music thanks to you. Oh, Todd, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Airplane is an incredible song off Love You. Yes, excited for Get Back for sure. Starman, I hear you. Turning the Turntable is actually right up there. I'm working on tourney stuff as we speak. I've got a whole thing lined up for tourney. Hang on. So here's Tourney, who hasn't made an appearance in a while. And whoa, hang on. Okay. I've got a lot of drum cymbals up on this shelf next to me. Anyways, here's Tourney, and let me bring him out for you. There he is. Tourney the Turntable. Tourney's got a whole bunch of adventures coming up that you'll see soon. He's a little dusty. But these are all his eyes and sunglasses and smiles that I affixed to him so he could be having a good time. But there's Tourney. Okay. Thoughts on REO Speedwagon? I like what I know. I don't know too many albums by them, but I like what I know. Hello, Lucas. Ah, thanks. I grew the beard myself. Oh, yeah, coffee table. I'm taking those pictures soon. I got caught up with other stuff, but it'll happen for sure. So that's awesome, Starman. That's the exact same turntable. The story of Tourney is I had this turntable at my desk at work at my old job. And when we started working from home, I had it on a table next to me where I was working next to my computer, and I spilled a drink on it one day. and it completely just fried out anything on the inside. So I've never plugged it back in because I was not looking forward to get zapped. And I just thought, I can't just throw this thing out. What can I do with it? And so this was it. Oh, that's cool. Beach Boys Live in London got me back into it after a long absence from my playlist. Yeah, that's a great album. Yeah, that's exactly it, Lucas. I mean, yeah, Adult Child would not have sold well. MIU still would have sold better than Adult Child would, but that's not to say the songs are bad, because the songs are great. It's just from a marketing point of view, that's not what the public wants to buy. Simple as that. Saw Brian live in Albany last month. Left me and my girlfriend kind of depressed. Brian looked like he was being held hostage. Yeah, he has not looked happy on stage in 2 or 3 years at this point. I don't think I've seen him once with a smile on his face. I wish they would just let him stay home. Let him watch the Dodgers. Let him hang out with his kids. Give him a couple of good sandwiches. Just let him be happy at home. Um, at this point, it feels like they're kind of pushing a circus animal on stage, like they were doing in the '70s. Like you get your fill of seeing the myth, the legend that's Brian Wilson, but his insane band is doing all the work, like, which is fine, But I really wish they'd let him just stay home. I don't think he likes doing it, And if he does, it just doesn't show up on his face, and that's fine. We don't have to show that we feel good all the time. We can just be ourselves, and that's fine. But um, it always worries me when I see pictures of him on stage, and I'm like, oh God, just let him stay home. He doesn't want to do this anymore. How do we find your Sunflower Surfs Up Hybrid Spotify playlist? I can post that somewhere, somehow. I'll figure out how to post it for you guys. Any recommendations on a mid-priced quality turntable? Yeah. Audio Technica makes some of the best mid-priced turntables out there. The LP 120, I think it's like LP 120X now or something. They keep changing the letters after it, but the 120 or the 120X, hands down, one of the best turntables you can get. Comes with an excellent cartridge, the AT95E. You can't beat that thing. Out of the box, it's great. It'll last you for years, no problem. I think it runs like $200 or something like that. Which isn't cheap, but in the long run, it's something that's gonna last you for bloody ever. It's a really well built, heavy constructed turntable, good feet in the bottom, good rubber feet. You don't have to do $10,000 turntables. Audiophiles are full of crap. Believe me, I've worked with a bunch and known a bunch. They're all idiots. There's so much snake oil out there. A great turntable, anywhere from like $200 to $500, $600. That's all you need. That's all you need. Do you watch The Professor of Rock on YouTube? I'm not familiar with that account. No, I can check him out, though. Michael, yeah, it's mostly just his management and the people on his team, it sounds like, are making him do all this stuff. Starman, yes, the Crosley T150 is different because it's built like a U-turn, Audio Technica Rega. Yeah, the Crosley T150 is actually a pretty solid player. Yeah, that one's not bad. I don't own the American Spring album. I wish I did. Yeah, Jeff, I mean, yeah, most audiophiles, they love the sound of their own voice. They love to stand around, look at their gear, and go, I spent $13,000 on this. Can you hear it? No, you can't hear it. Nobody can hear it. If you're over the age of 18, your hearing sucks anyway. You're not going to hear any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. So pay an all right amount for something that you'll actually be able to enjoy and not feel gross about. I can go into so many horror stories of audiophiles when I used to work for my last job. The amount of people who would pay $600 for an RCA cable, and I'd be like, dude, the same thing sounds exactly the same for like $40. And they'd be like, no, 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 it's the braided coated wiring on the inside and the oxygen-free copper. And they're like, I guess that helps you sleep at night, but all right. Do you think the Stones are done? I mean, I'm more than likely convinced they're gonna put their album out that they've been working on for years with Charlie. That'll probably come out, and I think they'll probably tour again, but I don't think they're done for a while. Not for a while. Grabbed an overstock model from a company on eBay for $50. Holy crap, that's awesome. Can't beat that. I mean, there are certain components that do make a difference sound-wise, but you don't have to go crazy with it. Like, my speakers here are Wharfdale's, I think they're Diamond 11s or something. I can't remember the exact name of the exact model of them, but that's probably the most expensive thing I've ever bought for my system, because I wanted just a little bit more of a better punch in the bottom and a clarity that's so sort of neutral in the middle and a very crisp top end, but that's still smooth and not bright or sharp, like some speakers can be. Plus, I like bookshelf size. I don't have the room for a floor stander. I like floor standers, but don't have the room for them. Who do you think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2022 inductees will be? I hope it's like the B-52s, the Monkees, who, man? Something tells me Weezer is going to be in there soon. Did you know that Dennis co-wrote more songs than Mike than Brian? Oh, yeah, totally. Hello, Donnie. Hi, Giggins. I got to know you by searching for Beach Boys stuff. My favorite song is Till I Die. Wow, cool. I feel it's very underrated. Which is their most underrated song or album? Greetings from Italy. Most underrated album? I'd probably say Carl and the Passions. I feel like that one gets skipped over a lot. And there's some great stuff on there. It definitely sounds like a mixed bag of two different bands. But it's an incredible album. Duran Duran and Styx, that'd be cool. Cardboard Head Guy. When do you think the Stones will drop their new album? Probably next year. It's been in the making for a long time. And I think with Charlie passing, they're going to want to put it out. Oh, hi, Hannah. Thoughts on Deep Purple versus Black Sabbath? Oof. I mean, they're both incredible bands. I love them both. I mean, Deep Purple for me has more of a groove. More of a swing. Whereas Black Sabbath is more straight ahead, punch you in the face, heavy rock. I love them both. I mean, those first few Black Sabbath albums are, holy crap. When I first met you, didn't realize. All Beach Boys albums besides Pet Sounds are underrated. That's fair, Lucas. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Barbara is a very underrated song. Yeah, Barbara is a fantastic song. That one really tugs at you. Yeah, that's a great song. Yeah. But man, yeah, I like Deep Purple and Rock. That's a good one. Hush. I mean, you can't beat that song. Their cover of Kentucky Woman's really good. Yeah, Deep Purple's cool. Love Master of Reality. Got an original copy with a shrink on it. Holy moly. Have you ever heard any other Europe songs besides the Final Countdown? I might have heard a couple more, but really the Final Countdown's pretty much it. Yeah, most Dennis Wilson songs are underrated. Yeah, that's a good point. Basically anything between 1966 and 1974 is underrated. Well, it's changing. These days, it's so much more accepted and well known to talk about the Beach Boys in that period, whereas like 15 years ago, it wasn't really talked about. it was a very small niche sort of thing to talk about Sunflower or Surf's Up. Whereas these days, it's much more common to have people know these albums. Whereas back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, I've got a best of album or something. So I'm happy about that. I'm glad that the tide is turning and that more people know about that stuff than before. And I think the internet has helped. Social media helps. Just spreading the word, which is probably what led to the Feel Flows box set. The Electric Looking Glass. I was just listening to them the other day. Yeah, I have heard them because I was playing a King Gizzard album and they came on next on Spotify. And I was like, who are these guys? And I loved it. I screenshot the picture of the cover. That's funny, Starman. Yeah, totally. I love them. I haven't played the new ABBA album. I played the single off it, which I can't remember the name of right now. But I got to play the rest of the album. What do you think an album entirely written by Dennis and Bruce would sound like? It'd be extremely heavy with really cheesy lyrics on top. Do you like Anvil? I don't remember. I remember their store. I remember that movie. Sunflower is one I finally took the time to hear, start to finish, because of your reviews. Oh, thanks, Jeff. That's awesome. Oh, good to see you, Sean. Take care, man. Oh, yeah, the documentary was good. I remember seeing that a long time ago. I love Sunshine Pop. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, the Electric Looking Glass, they were really far out. I was digging that a lot. Yeah, it reminds me of like a really psychedelic association or something like that. Yeah, Harper's Bazaar-ish. Well, maybe not Harper's Bazaar so much, but yeah, really cool. Turney's freaking me out, just sitting on the floor like this. I gotta put him away somewhere. Didn't say one thing when I sang that song to you, bastard. My opinion, the Beach Boys are the greatest band of all time. I love a lot of bands, Zeppelin, Sabbath, Deep Purple, Pink Floyd, but the Beach Boys triumph overall. That's cool. Do you think someday they'll make a release for the Cocaine Sessions? I mean, maybe. I tend to doubt it, but maybe. Oh, cool. Hi, Giggins. If you met Brian Wilson in person, what would be the first thing you would say to him? I'd ask him how he was feeling. See if he's feeling all right. And I'd also try to joke with him. I would not ask him about the Beach Boys. I just wouldn't. He's been asked about the Beach Boys his entire life, and you can tell he's sick of it. So I wouldn't be like, remember that song you wrote in 1973 on the piano that goes like this? Boy, what's the rest of that song like? Because like, he's not going to know. So you can't ask that kind of stuff because it's just going to go nowhere. But I'd ask him how he was doing and like if he wanted to like get a milkshake with me or something. And just hang out, talk about life. Maybe some music here and there. I'd ask him what his favorite music is. But I doubt I would talk about the Beach Boys. Matthew says, hi Giggins, would you ever consider doing a top 10 or so songs that inspire you or help you keep going when you're feeling down, like Breakaway, Long Promised Road? Yeah, I've thought about doing that. Yeah, Matthew, that's a really cool idea, probably. Favorite Love and Spoonful album? Daydream or Hums? I like them both. Your video about almost meeting Brian was funny. Yeah, I almost met him. Yeah. I want to have a burger and milkshake with Brian. Yeah, for real. That'd be fun. What do you think of McCartney's latest Beatles revisionism? The dude's almost 80 years old. I don't care. Like, let him write whatever history he wants to write. It doesn't matter at this point. It's all just stories. Oh, Al, thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Thoughts on the band America? I like them. Yeah. What is the best song written by Al? Um, hmm. Huh. Um, man, it's a tough question. Honestly, I'd say the stuff he did on Friends, but all that was collaborative. But that's kind of what I like about it. Really good camaraderie on that album. They all wrote together. So I'd say his contributions on Friends. Which is better, the two Ringo EPs or McCartney 3? McCartney 3. Oh, Starman, that's cool. Yeah, I want to get those McCartney books at some point. I think it'd be fun to dig into. Seeing all those pictures and reading about it. The stories there, I think it'd be really cool to dig into. But as far as his revisionism stuff, none of them can remember it. If you watch Beatles Anthology, which was already 20 odd years, 25 years ago, none of them remembered the 60s. They'll have three different stories for meeting Elvis. So, like, if any of them remember anything at this point, it's almost a miracle. So, whatever wacky story they come up with this time, let them have it. Who cares? It's all part of the myth. I don't want to know all the answers. Same for the Beach Boys or any band that I love. I don't want to know the full story. Because once any of us know the full story, the magic's gone and interest is gone. So if he's sitting there rewriting history, until the rest of the time, it's just going to keep people interested. It's a really smart marketing move, really. Are you going to review the Brian Wilson Rarities album? That'd be fun to do. Yeah, probably. He talks about the genesis of the song and the lyrical concept. Oops, hit a button. For others, he just rambles about events in his life with little to no relation to that song. That's funny. Watching a video about McCartney talking about punk in '79. It was interesting that he seemed to be open to the new music, even if some of it had a negative public image at the time. Yeah, that's funny because when Mull of Kintyre came out, he was like kind of worried that it was going to be like ripped apart. But it ended up being like the biggest song of the '70s in England or something. And it sold like a bajillion copies. And he was walking down the street one day and all these punks were like getting near him. He's kind of afraid. And they all went, "Hey, Maka, Mull of Kintyre. Yeah, all right, Mull of Kintyre." So he was kind of stoked that the punks liked Mull of Kintyre. Everyone had that record. Paul has said before that the Beatlemaniacs know more about him than the Beatles. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Lost or not? Yeah, I make music. Yeah. Hello, Brandon. It's going well. How are you? When you're hitting 80 and you've done as much as you have, I'm surprised you can remember most of anything. That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, none of them remember anything the way it was. Um, it's a miracle they know where their shoes are at this point, but you know, let them have the story the way they want to have it. It's funny, like I just listened to an interview with Ringo. He got interviewed by Rick Rubin, which is really cool. And Rick was asking him a lot about his early days with Rory Storm and being in the hospital as a kid. And Ringo was sharp as a tack with that stuff. But whenever it came to the Beatles, you have to remember too, the Beatles were a blur. That was 7 or 8 years of just nonstop living in hotels and touring and making music and being on the radio and being on TV. And, you know, they don't remember much because it was all just one giant thing. I remember him I remember Paul getting interviewed a couple of years ago about something about the song Yesterday. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I wrote Yesterday in 1960. Because, like, you don't remember that kind of stuff. And we do, because we study it, but you don't study your own life. So it's definitely different for that band in particular. Oh, I like Jan and Dean. Yeah, I've seen Dead Man's Curve. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Do you think the Beach Boys' Smile was released? Things would change everything? Yeah. Well, I don't think it would change everything, but I think it would have changed a lot for the Beach Boys. They would have stayed ahead of the curve. I think they should have done Monterey Pop Festival. But if those things happened, we would have never gotten Sunflower or Holland or any of that stuff. So, the trajectory was what it was, and the stars were aligned to make that timeline happen. So, we can only play what if so much. Exactly, Starman. Yeah. Do you think there's anything in the Beach Boys vaults left that fans aren't aware of? Oh yeah. I mean, they're recorded constantly. I mean, these box sets have proved it. Demo 1 or Untitled Song 12 or whatever. Like, there's all kinds of stuff in there still. You couldn't have done a worse thing to me. Taking an arrow, put it right through me. Yeah, Arrow Through Me, Back to the... That's a great album. I haven't played that in a long time. Oh yeah, Jeff. Yeah, the Chris Farley bit. Yeah. Do you remember that time you got arrested for pot? You know how you say is the love you make is equal to the love you take? Is that true? Chris Farley, man, rest in peace. That dude was hilarious. It's always the funny ones that go too soon. What artists do you think should have been at Monterey Pop? For me, it was the Love and Spoonful. They would have been cool. Yeah, they would have been a good choice. The Beach Boys. I don't know. I feel like the ones that were supposed to be there were there. I think some more Motown acts would have been cool. Like if they got the Temptations there, that would have been pretty cool. Hey, Daddy Bog, how's it going? What do you think of the Wilson Paley sessions? They're great. It's not easy being me. Yeah, no, that stuff's really good. I was actually just talking to somebody about that recently. The 90s Brian Wilson stuff. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but there is definitely some magic in there. Oh, Love would have been a good band to have been there for sure. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're coming out with a Big Brother and the Holding Company Monterey Pop record for Record Store Day this year. The Who put out one last year. Same kind of looking cover as well. They both have the same sort of style, which is pretty cool. I think even if Smile came out, the trajectory could have been similar. I think Wild Honey would have been a good cool down record for early '68, with a rock revival movement like Lady Madonna. Huh. I think if Smile had come out, it would have really done Brian more damage than good. It already did enough by not coming out, and I think if it did come out, one, they'd be on top of the world because they were writing music that was so far out that every other band would have been like, oh man, we gotta catch up. But Brian, the workaholic that he is, or was, he would have been sitting there going, all right, well, what do I do next? How do I top this? And I think that would have done a lot of damage to him. So in a way, I'm kind of glad the Smile never came out because I think the pressure would have really hurt him. And he could have gone down an even darker path than he did. So kind of glad it didn't happen. I don't think it was meant to happen. Random Beach Boys song that you strangely love. Me is Pitter Patter. That's a cool song. Favorite song on Sunflower. Forever, This Old World. Cool Water. Just a really chill album. Have you heard Mike Love, Not War, years ago, and I barely remember any of it. I think it was a 1 or 2 listen, and that was it. It's worth hearing just for the historical fact of it, sure. We wouldn't have gotten Smiley Smile. That's very true. Is it possible having so much Beach Boys, Brian Wilson material that I'm beached out? I like the term beached out. That's good. What do you think of the band The Smoke? And what's your favorite music from them? I do like The Smoke, and I can't think of that song that I know by them. I only know a few songs. I don't know anything more than like 2 or 3 songs, and it's been a while since I've heard them. The network made him break his back. Yes. Oh, hello, MS. Awesome. The non-release of Smile gave us all the best Sonic Lego set ever. I think your average record buyer in 67 would have not considered listening to the song titled Do You Like Worms? Sgt. Pepper is still extremely accessible, unlike a lot of Brian. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Are you going to do more Turtles albums reviews? Yes, I actually filmed a couple more, and they're coming out soon. Favorite track on 12 Sides of Summer? I like that cover of Rockaway Beach, the Ramones song. That one's pretty good. Have you seen Summer Dreams? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I've seen that movie, yes. Long time ago. It's been a minute since I've watched it. But, yeah, it was all right. The Turtles are very underrated. They're one of the most underrated bands of the 60s. Extremely talented guys. Too talented for their own good. Too smart for their own good. Which I think is why they joined the Mothers, because that, a whole bunch of people that was just, too cool for school, really. Did Smiley Smile do decently upon its initial release in England? Yeah, it did. It was much better received over there than it was in America. No, I didn't get to see the Monkees at all. I think they were coming fairly close to where I live, but new job and ticket money and all that kind of stuff, I just didn't do it. Would have loved to have seen them though. So everybody who got to see them, I'm sure got a really special show out of it. But yeah, yeah, the Turtles should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for sure. Oh yeah. Why is Mike Love's vocal and All I Want to Do so soft and unique for him? Oh, I just feel like singing it soft and unique. That's all. I just felt like being chill about it. That's all. Does the 80s production values ruin Brian's first solo album? It does for me anyway. It just sounds cheesy and overproduced and like they were trying too hard to make a big 80s hit, and I think they should have taken it down a notch. Just turn that knob down. Favorite stand-up comedian? Ooh. When I was a kid, I liked Eddie Izzard. I still like some of his stuff. That Dress to Kill special was really good. Robin Williams, his stand-up was really good. Recent people, like there's people I'll watch, but there's no one I like jump to watch something. Like John Mulaney stuff is really funny. I thought Pete Davidson's special was all right. I'm actually gonna watch the Michael Che one soon. At some point. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have like too many I like gravitate towards. I just kind of watch whatever's on, really. Oh, Landy was all over the Brian Wilson '88 album. His name's all over that damn record. Tom Segura, don't know that one. Doug Stanhope, that one sounds familiar for some reason. I know I'm forgetting people. Like I know I'm forgetting some that I've seen. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. Like I said, it's not something I go to too much. It's pretty rare where I sit down and want to watch stand up. I used to watch that one on Comedy Central back in the day. I think it was called Comedy Central Presents, I think. Chris, I haven't heard any of the radio programs from Flo and Eddie. No. I've read a lot about it, but never actually seen it. Or heard it, rather. Oh, I love Norm. He had some funny stuff, man. Norm was great. If the Beach Boys reunite for a 60th anniversary tour, what would be the deep cut you'd want them to perform? Or deep cuts you'd want them to perform? Ooh. They did a handful of deep cuts that were good on the last tour, like All This Is That and Add Some Music. That was pretty sweet. They brought those back. But I'd love to see them bring out like Miss a Help to stand alone. Be kind of fun to hear them do Till I Die. That'd be interesting. Anything off Friends, because that album gets forgotten about constantly. So something off Friends would be nice. Um, I'd even go as far as to say something off their first couple albums they haven't touched ever, or it's been 50 years or 60 years. So like, Your Summer Dream would be great. Um, Lonely Sea, I think would be cool. Some unexpected early stuff that's got really good melodies to it. Um, yeah, I think that'd be a couple of good songs. Oh, cool. Bone CK. Yeah, that new documentary is going to have a lot of new stuff that we're going to be very surprised by. Yeah, Turtle Soup is an awesome album. Summer of Love. That would be. I think they have done that live before. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was like one time they did it, maybe. Is there any version of a Beach Boys record you're still searching for a copy of? Yeah, the vinyl version of Summer in Paradise, which I'm never going to have, but that one. Sailplane song, that'd be cool. What do you think of Primus, and in particular Les Claypool as a bassist? I'm not a huge Primus fan. I know a few songs because they were big like when I was in middle school. Um, but Les Claypool is an extremely talented musician. Yeah. The stuff he did with Sean Lennon, the Claypool Lennon Delirium, those are good albums if you ever heard that. Cuckoo Clock, Live in 22. Yeah, Root Beer or Chug-a-Lug. They should do that one. Opening and closing. The last song they ever played, Chug-a-Lug. Yeah. Just checking on the time here. That'd be interesting. For sure. But yeah, that'd be a handful of different tracks like that I think would be cool. Did you get the vinyl for Still Cruising? Oh yeah, I've got that. Yep. Yep. The Baker Man, oh my god. My wife got me an original US pressing of Sunflower for Christmas. She doesn't know I know. That's awesome. My Sunflower is like one of my most special records. I got it for like $5 at a record store. Um, and it's the really rare label with the steamboat on it before the more yellow one got pressed. So it's a pretty early one. Would Somewhere in Paradise sessions be released? I mean, maybe. If there's a demand for it, there isn't, but maybe. And again, that's years from now. That was only, what, 30 years ago? So we got to wait for quite a long time before we see something like that come out. But I don't think there's too much in there. I mean, everything was sort of done on computers and they walked in and put their voices on it. So I don't think there's too much to look for. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. The Salute NASCAR sessions. Oof. Beach Boys Talk is a cool program there. Loaned my copy of Sunflower to a bandmate. Quit a week later and moved across the country. That sucks. That's why none of this ever goes anywhere. Like when I took my records out to take pictures for Instagram, I felt weird about it. Because once they come in, they don't go out. I never let anyone borrow anything. Because when I was in 7th grade, I was part of a Laurel and Hardy Appreciation Society. I was like the youngest member ever. And I got a pencil that said Laurel and Hardy on it. I was so stoked about that pencil. And this kid in class said, hey, can I borrow a pencil for school? And I was like, all right, you can borrow this one, but I need it back. And 2 days later, I found it as a nub in the hallway. And I was so disappointed. And I was like, if I can't trust someone with a pencil, how can I trust something larger than that for anybody else? So definitely kind of ruined my maybe trust issues. Do you think they might go back and do nice releases for Smiley Smile Friends era sessions? They've talked about it actually, of like making physical releases for those because there might be a demand now. Wanted to thank you for what you do, Giggins. Thanks for helping me find more of those deep gems from the boys. Oh, that's awesome, Bone. Thanks, man. I hope Ricky and Blondie come back for a reunion tour. Yeah, they're the Beach Boys. Bring them back. You know, I hope the next tour they do, they bring back anybody who was a Beach Boy back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I think it'd be great. You can borrow my wife for the weekend, but I'll be damned if you are touching my sunflower. Yeah, I've never let anyone borrow a record. That'll never happen. It was hell getting Feel Flows out. They went through a lot of ups and downs and hurdles to make that happen. They really did. Yeah, the Brian Piano album, I should be getting mine in pretty soon. But I'll be doing a review of that. I can't wait for that. I loved what we've heard so far from it. Brian's playing is awesome on it. It's really cool to hear him experiment like that. It sounds like him, and it sounds like him doing um, something different for himself that keeps himself interested. So good on him. Cool to have a new album from him. Very cool. Unexpected, but very cool. Well, we'll probably do about 15 more minutes here, guys. I have to keep this one short, unfortunately, but about another 15 minutes or so. So we'll hang out for a little while more. Keep waiting for stuff to fall off that shelf. Do you ever have luck finding music at thrift stores? Yeah, every once in a while. Fairly recently, I found like six or seven CDs that were really good at a used bookstore, which is pretty cool. Brian plays the piano once in a while on stage, but definitely not for an entire show. A couple of songs here and there, maybe a few notes here and there, but yeah, he hasn't done a lot of playing on stage in a long time. Oh, that's a good point, Enigma. Do you think McCartney 3 is Paul's last album? No. No. We'll get a lot more Paul in the future. Has it ever felt like the universe talking to you? It's probably saying, look out. Did an interview with Brian a few weeks back. It looks like he's put on some weight. Huh. People like Brian and Paul can't stop even if they wanted to. Well said. Yeah, that's completely true. Even if the quality of their stuff is a little bit not what it used to be, they're always going to write something or play something. It's just in their blood. It's just in their DNA. Brian loves composing. He'll never stop writing. Um, but I don't think he wants to be on tour. I don't think he needs to be on tour. Like if the 60th anniversary thing happens and he's there, I really hope he's having fun with it. No, Paul is not done touring. No. He is not done touring. Oh, Billy Joel's cool. I'm more familiar with most of the stuff he did in the 70s, but I like what I've heard. Electric Arguments is a great album. Oh my god. Oh, no problem, Rainblaze. I knew what you meant. Saw Brown in the Pet Sound store. That's cool. Last time I saw him was on the 50th anniversary tour in 2012. So it's been a long time since I've seen Brian live. I've seen him twice. I saw him do Smile in 2005, and then the anniversary tour in 2012. Um, yeah, so only twice. Hey, Emily. Paul's gonna do the press to play anniversary, then then retire forever. Favorite Todd Rundgren album? The Nas first album. Can't see a thing, open my eyes. But I do like Anything Is as well. Yeah, we all thought that anniversary tour was gonna go on for a while, and that stay together as a band for a while. Nobody saw it coming that they'd be done after that. That was a shock to everyone. But it also wasn't, because that's just the Beach Boys story. You know, oh, we got a good thing going here. Nah, let's stop that. It's very, very Beach Boysian. Would you see a McGuinn, Hillman, Crosby reunion? Eh. I don't really care. Are you gonna watch the Get Back documentary? Yes. Yes, I am. Gonna sign up for the old Disney Plus, watch some Simpsons, and then watch the Beatles. Chaos and Creation should have been McCartney 3. We basically called it that when it came out. I mean, he plays everything on it. I think Nigel plays a couple of things on it too, but yeah, I mean, McCartney 3 is definitely Chaos and Creation. My friend recorded Brian's Smile show. Excellent show being there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Nice. If you're just tuning in, hello. My name is Giggins. We do live streams here sometimes. We're talking about music. Do you like music? When was the last time you heard music? Yeah, they did an amazing job with the Get Back stuff. They really cleaned it up. It looks absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What is your favorite unreleased album of the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson? I mean, I'd probably just say Smile, because that's, you know, probably Smile, yeah. What are some of your biggest musical guilty pleasures? I don't believe in guilty pleasures anymore. I used to. But then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to like what I like. And I don't care if anybody thinks it's stupid or weird or bizarre. Who cares? If I like it, I like it. That's it. You know, I guess you could say like Ariana Grande would be a guilty pleasure, or Carly Rae Jepsen, but I don't consider them guilty pleasures because I think they write good songs. Yeah, I just don't believe in that term anymore. Used to be, the old me used to believe in it, but I don't care for that term anymore. Are you going to keep this up? Like YouTube, or this particular video we're doing? I haven't checked out any of Billy Hinchy's shows. No, I keep meaning to. What do you think about Smart Girls? The song? Oh, I'm not a big fan of that song. Let It Be box set. Why didn't they put the rooftop concert on there? Because technically, they're probably going to save it for something else, some actual live album on its own, because that'll sell better than being part of a box set. Apple's pretty smart with this stuff. Don't worry. Oh, wow. I got to see the Chaos and Creation tour. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, Ariana Grande is really cool. I like her new album a lot, and the one she put out before that, Thank You Next. There's some really good songs on that one. There's one called Needy. That's a really well written, vulnerable song about like realizing your shortcomings and trying to figure out who you are as a person. So I mean, she can write some really deep stuff, and I don't think people give her credit for that. I think her hardcore fans realize that, but I think most people kind of see her as this sort of cliche pop artist. But she's got some really good stuff, and her new album's got some good stuff on it too. There's a song called Point of View, and it's a great chorus. You know, I want to love me the way that you love me. You know, it's like figuring out how to love yourself. You know, really good lines. Thoughts on Whitesnake? I only know a handful of songs, but I like them. Oh yeah, the Rain Blaze, the video is gonna get saved. Yeah. I was all the way up front of the Beach Boys concert in Central Park in 1976 in New York City. Got there at 6 in the morning. Elliot, that is awesome. Oh my God. That's so cool. I love those stories um, of like seeing bands back in the day, like before the internet. Like, it's like a whole different world. Saw them in 1969 in Atlantic City. 200 people up front by the stage. Holy crap! Wow. Get Back DVD with 6 additional hours of footage and the original Let It Be movie. Yeah, wow, holy moly. How old does a band have to be for new material to be annoying at concerts? 10 years old. Which Beatles solo career is your favorite? Paul. Concerts were spontaneous back then. Now they're calculated. Yeah, it's definitely a whole different thing. In the early 80s before Dennis died, how did they make money? Was it just off touring? I mean, back before the internet, bands would make money off of record sales like crazy. Touring, yes, but album sales were huge. You could live off album sales. These days, that's impossible. You can only live off touring money these days. You don't make money off music anymore because no one buys it. And if you do, you stream it off Spotify, where artists make an eighth of a cent per 800,000 streams. It's ridiculous. But yeah, back in the day, record sales were huge. Do you think Smile was proto-progressive as opposed to psychedelic? I guess you could see it that way. Huh. Have you seen the Beach Boys Collector's series of vinyl with some of their unreleased albums from the 70s? 4 recently came up on eBay. I don't think I've seen that, no. Carl's solo tour in Boston. Wow. What do you think prevented Carl from realizing his songwriting potential? After the Jack Browley collaboration, there's very little worthy material. I mean, he liked to write with other people. The stuff he wrote with Randy Bachman I thought was good in the early 80s. Um, I don't know. I think just trying to fit into the rest of the band, you know? He definitely had the hold on the band from like 69 to 74, and basically after 15 big ones, that was kind of it. Do you shop at independent record stores? Yes. Starman, that's so well said. We'll only love music when it's convenient. That's so well said. Yeah. How do you rank the Beach Boys based on talent? Brian Bruce, Dennis Carl, Al Davis. That's probably it. Um, yeah, it's sad that Spotify doesn't pay the way they should be paid. I've talked about my friend Mike, Tall Trees. He posted something a year or two ago where one of his songs had like, I don't know, 25,000 streams or something. And I think he made $3 on it. And I'm like, you know, your guitar alone, your banjo alone is probably $400. All your recording equipment, microphones, cables, mixing board, several $1,000s right there. To make this song and have it get streamed 25,000 times and you get like $3 or $4 out of it. It was pathetic. You don't get paid to be an artist these days. You have to tour. That's the only way you make money. So when the pandemic happened, every artist was like, we're screwed because this is how we make a living. Yeah, it's rough out there. So whenever like Bandcamp has those Bandcamp days, I think it's like the first Friday of every month. Whatever you buy goes directly to the artist. That helps big time. So yeah. At one point, did critical opinion of the Beach Boys change? The idea that the post-Pet Sounds material was worthwhile. Honestly, I'd say within the last 10 years. I remember talking online with people about the Beach Boys in the early 2000s, and it was like talking to a blank wall. So I'd say in the last 10 years, really, that a lot of that's changed. Yeah, White Noise. I'll post my playlist somewhere soon. I found a 1978 Ace Solo original pressing complete with poster in mail form. Oh, that's awesome, Emily. Congrats. Holy moly. I've gotten 1,000 plays on my songs altogether. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. 10 cents. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jeez. All right, guys. Unfortunately, we got to wrap it up. It's time to go. But we'll be back soon. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you so much for hanging out. This has been a lot of fun. Hope you had a good time. Hope you're taking care of yourselves. And we'll do this soon. I always say that, but hopefully a couple weeks from now we'll do it again. My schedule has been bonkers lately, but thank you so much, guys. This was fun. Have a great night or day or afternoon or morning, wherever you are. And we'll see you soon. If you want to hear my music, patreon.com/Giggins. No pressure, but patreon.com/Giggins. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.